Oh, don't you worry, Pengy.
What do you think, I'm an idiot or something?
You don't butt in line!
Hey everybody, welcome to Had Whole Home Video. Today I managed to get out and do some thrifting, and I came home with a small stack of old media, as I tend to do. Now, did I come home with, I don't know, some VHS tapes like Savage Streets here? No. We already have that. It goes on the wall right here, as a matter of fact. Did we come home with some laser discs like Basket Case 3? No. We already had that. No, today I came home with a stack of media that's maybe deader than most. Maybe obsolete by the time it even came out in the first place. I came home with a stack of CEDs, which, if you don't know, are these, and you might see them if you're out thrifting occasionally. These, I opened this one a little bit so I can show you inside. I didn't come home with this one. I already had this one. This is my display model for when I need to open it up to show people what a CED is. Hello, Dolly. It gives me an opportunity to go, hello, Dolly, which I always like to do. CED, which I can't remember offhand, stands for Capacitance Electronic Disc System. So it should be CEDS. We'll overlook it. But if you see these around, a lot of people mistake these for laser discs. They think they're like, oh, they're old laser discs in like a plastic case. Not so much. This was actually a competitor, maybe slightly precursor to laser discs. These are video discs, but they are not laser discs. They are, if you can see it, they are vinyl discs. Vinyl video discs. I will never, ever get over how wild that is. Vinyl video discs. The problem with these, as if you're a fan, if you're a frequenter of the channel, you'll know, because I end up talking about these every once in a while, because I occasionally find a few gems here and there, present company excluded, but this is a notoriously finicky format, and it is notoriously prone to degrading. The fact that I opened this case up and probably have accidentally touched this disc in, put a fingerprint or two on it, basically means that the already low percent chance that this disc was going to play well has now basically gone down to zero. That's how finicky these discs are. They were finicky in their day, but now, after so many years, the discs require oil. Like they have an oil, like a coating on their surface, that dries out. The CED players, which it has a stylus that reads, the format is very different. I recommend you check out a channel called Tech Moan. He did a really, really great video about CED discs and players, where he tried somewhat in vain to get a fully functioning CED player up and running and play some discs. It's a really hard thing to get to work anymore, so I don't buy these discs with the expectation that I'll be getting to watch them ever. If I do happen upon a player for cheap, I would definitely pick it up and I would definitely give it a go. But really, now I pick them up because they are truly dead media. They're very obsolete, and I imagine lots of them are going in the garbage as we speak. So part of me, just that need to preserve, to curate, our hard media past, our obsolete media past. I have to grab them when I see them, when they're cheap. Obviously, I'm not like breaking the bank on them, but if they're cheap, if there's interesting titles, I gotta snatch them up. So I grabbed a few today, so let's look through them. It's a pretty short stack, so it won't my jibber jabber in here at the beginning is probably going to take just as much time as going through the titles. First up, which you saw in the thumbnail, is Escape from New York. That's right. This is probably my favorite of the little batch that we got. I do love this. You don't see it on everything, but you see it on a lot of the CEDs, this like circular look to everything. And I don't, I could be wrong. I don't think that like the VHS, other formats of Escape from New York had like the picture in the circle in such a way. You can see on the back, they mirror that style, that circular style. I think it's really cool. I suppose it's to evoke that, not feeling, but evoke the imagery of a disc. Because in theory, when you had a CED player, you never, ever, ever saw the actual disc. So it's probably like the thought that it's like a record. Like if you had records but you never took one out of its sleeve, your thought of what a record is would not be this black circle. It would be the square cardboard sleeve. You know what I mean? It's just weird to think about. That's all I'm saying. It's weird to think about. And we have Time Bandits, which I remember watching it quite a bit as a kid, and I remember sort of being constantly confused by it. It's a movie that I would like to revisit in my adulthood. The biggest thing I remember is David Warner, the villain in the movie, who I'm a huge fan of. He was Chancellor Gorkon Gorkon in Star Trek VI, my favorite Star Trek movie, as I've brought up before. He was in Star Trek V. He was in Waxwork, or is it Waxwork or Waxworks? Waxwork. My first instinct was correct. He's a great old English character actor. He plays great villains. He's also in a really embarrassing Pamela Anderson nudie movie. What was that one called? Like something terrible, like Naked Souls, something like that. Embarrassing. I assume he needed to pay rent on his castle that month or something. Speaking of castles, we have Robin Hood, starring Errol Flynn, Basil Rathbone. Who else was in this? Claude Rains, Olivia de Havilland. I mean, anybody who was anybody in 1938. My first instincts were right again. 1938. Anybody who was anybody was in Robin Hood. I'm not going to lie, I don't think I've actually ever watched it, but the guys over at Welcome to the Basement, Blame Society, it's a fun YouTube channel, did a video about Robin Hood. It was a very good video. Everything I know about that movie, I know from that video. So, check them out. We've got Goldfinger. Remember, did anybody ever watch the Peter Serafinowicz show? He did, he played like Ringo Starr, and Ringo Starr was writing the theme song to Goldfinger, and it was like, a Goldfinger. No one? And then he was like, I turned in the song and they said the movie had been released 3 years ago. Look it up on YouTube, it's fine. Mostly this video is just me telling you about things I've seen on YouTube, so enjoy. We've got the Magnificent Seven. Once again, they are all discs, aren't they? All do have the circles, don't they? I was right. My ability to casually notice things and then sort of retain that knowledge, sort of, and casually, glancingly recall it, it's really on point today. Magnificent Seven, a classic. and a great cover. I don't know what I'm going to do with these, sad to say, but they're kind of big. And they're heavy, they're plastic. Like, there's got to be something cool I can do with these at some point. And finally, we have Airplane 2, the sequel, which I feel like when I was young, Comedy Central played this one all the time. So I feel like for a while, I probably had seen Airplane 2 more than I had seen Airplane. I definitely saw Airplane first, but this one I just remember being on all the time. So, what are you gonna do, right? Well, there you go. There was my little stack of CEDs that I added to the museum, the vault, the whatever you want to call it. Thank you everybody so much for not just stopping by today, but stopping by all the time. As some of you know, this channel did just become YouTube partnered, which is super, super exciting for me. For one, it means I'm now, at least there's the potential for monetization, which means the potential for revenue, which means the potential down the road of maybe getting to do this full time, which would be awesome. But really just right now, it means that YouTube acknowledges that you like this channel, and hopefully that means that they bump me up a little bit in those search results and we grow just a little bit faster. You know, I don't really have much more to say about it beyond that. Just thank you guys so much for supporting, and in any way that you do, whether it's liking videos or commenting or being a subscriber or being a patron or just watching the videos, all of it makes a huge, huge difference, and all of it helps support the channel. So I appreciate all of it. That being said, I am gonna probably take off now. Try to keep the rambling to a minimum. So folks, you know that whether you are a dirty dog sleeping in the sun or an alley rat eating up the night, you are always welcome here at the video store. Bye-bye.